What's up everyone, this is Marky2200 here and welcome back to my Need for Speed testing series, where today we'll be ranking all the rear-wheel drive supercars in Need for Speed Pro Street from worst to best based on their wheelie capabilities. As usual, all the cars have been equipped with stage 3 performance and handling packages, running manual gearbox with clutch, and all the cars have been tuned properly. Tunes of every car are in the description down below. As with all the wheelie videos, we're not going to be ranking these cars worst to best, but we're going to be ranking them into tiers. And the worst rear-wheel drive supercar, that is in C tier, is the 911 GT3. At best, I could only manage to get a wheelie of 251 meters, and it is just very obvious that this car just doesn't really want to wheelie at all. It is actually basically the same story with the 911 GT3 RS. It is also in C tier. C tier is where a car managed to pull a wheelie between 200 and 300 meters. And yeah, the 911 GT3 and GT3 RS are just not worth using for wheeling. It's not really a car you think about for wheeling. Then moving into A tier, we have the 911 GT2, and I didn't put the amount of meters up there because at A and S tier they all managed to pull a wheelie of about 411 meters, or well, basically the entire drag strip. The 911 GT2 is a solid A tier, and it's the same story with the 4GT. It's a solid A tier, it pulls out the wheelie pretty easily, but for A tier you do have to use NOS to make it the entire runway. Yeah, to wheel the entire runway, which is all nice, and they're good, they're definitely good, but they're not as great as S tier. So the first car that is in S tier or S minus tier is the Carrera GT, and S minus tier, well, S tier basically means that it can do a wheelie the entire runway without using NOS, but I put the S minus tier there because it barely can, because as you can see, the Carrera GT just wants to pull down pretty much at the finish line. And it's the same story with the DBR9, which is actually quite impressive given that this car cannot be tuned. It pulls up a wheelie very easily. Yes, it is slow to do a wheelie, but I mean, in wheelie competitions the timing doesn't matter. But as you can see, it just wants to go down at the finish line, and it just barely made the 411 meter mark. Now moving into the regular S tier, first of all we have the McLaren F1. I mean, it is an S tier after some proper gear tuning, but it didn't really give me the confidence that it could do the wheel the entire drag strip. I almost wanted to put it as minus tier, but I mean, after some proper gear tuning, it managed to do a proper S tier. Then we have the Koenigsegg CCX. I mean, whereas the McLaren F1 I didn't really had, like I did have the confidence, but it felt like the car didn't have the confidence. The CCX does have the major confidence to pull the wheelie the entire dragway on the drag strip with little to no effort. And it's the same story with the Zonda. I mean, I have to say though, I mean, in S tier it doesn't really matter which car you pick. There's not like a car that is better in S tier than the other. All of these cars, you know, the Zonda, the CCX and the McLaren F1 are all equally good at wheeling. So there's no car that is better than the other. The CCX, the Zonda and the McLaren F1 are all very solid at wheeling. And the Zonda is another solid S tier as well. So those were all the rear-wheel drive supercars in Need for Speed Pro Street from worst to best based on their, well, worst to best in tiers for wheeling, with the McLaren F1, the CCX and the Zonda F being the best. If you've liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you wish to stay updated on all my future videos, consider subscribing. The next testing video will be all the rear-wheel drive supercars in Need for Speed Pro Street from worst to best based on their speed capabilities, and that's going to be an important one, and I'm genuinely looking forward to it. For now, this has been Marky2200. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Take care.